Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda. Yeah, if you're new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, share and like my videos. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to cut into a bustier top. However much I'm going to divide this tutorial into two because it's too long, so I have to divide it into two. The first part is going to be how to cut a bustier top, then the next part I'll be showing you how to sew a bustier top. Yeah, so guys, if you really want to do your own bustier top and you want to learn how to make it so that by the end of this video you'll be able to make your own, please continue watching. Yeah, continue watching, and please you guys comment, put something in the comment section so that I know, guys, what your suggestions are and what you want me to do in my next tutorial. Yeah, so guys, please plus like and share and comment. Yeah, so guys, let's go straight into the video. I hope you find this helpful. I'm going to put in my measurement. The straight line is the shoulder line, so I'm going from the shoulder line, I'm going to measure 8 inches of my chest line. Yeah, 8 inches, that's my chest line. My next measurement is my bust line, which is 10.5. Ten and a half is my chest line, and still I'm going to make a straight line. My next measurement is my under bust, which is 13.5. The reason why I'm putting in that half of an inch is for the sewing allowance, in that by the time I'm done stitching my top I'll be having the exact measurement. Then my next measurement is my waistline, which is 16.5. And my last measurement is my height, which is 22, but I'll have to put in 1 inch of an allowance, so I'm marking 23. So guys, after that I go up to my shoulder line. I'm going to mark my neck, which is 3, and my shoulder line, which is 7.5. Then I'm going to put a slant of 1/4 inch. Sorry, half of an inch, not quarter, half of an inch. Then I'm going to connect from the half of an inch to my chest line, which is 8 inches, like that. Now I'm going to put in my dart. My nipple to nipple is 8, divide it by 2, you get 4, plus the sewing allowance I've put in half an inch, so I'm going to be marking 4.5. But before that I'm marking my lines: the chest line, the bust line, the under bust, the waist, and the height of the top. So I'm going to put in my dart, which is 4.5. But from my bust line, I'm going to go in by 1 inch. So I'm going to connect all those lines together. Like that. So from my waistline, I'm going to go in and out, like go out and in by 1/2 inch, like that, and I'm going to connect them all together. Like that. So when I go up, when I go up there from where my shoulder line is, I'm going to measure the measurements that I'm having there. You divide them by 2. The measurements that you get, you mark them in the middle of the line. So me, I'm having 2 1/4, because mine was 4 1/2 divided. That's what I got. So I'm going to connect that line to the bust line. Like that. So I'm going to measure the measurements that I'm having from the bust line to the under bust. I'm having 3.2. So I'm going to make a circle of the circumference of 3.2. Yeah, my circumference is 3.2. The measurements that you have all for, or what, that's the circumference of the circle that you're supposed to make. I'm going to mark it all around, not until. So guys, that's my circle. So from my under bust, I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch on all sides. Hope you guys are seeing, and if at all you don't understand, just follow my hands. Just follow what my hands are doing. Then from there, I'm going to measure what I'm having there. I'm having 1 1/2 inch. So I'm going to mark it up. We are from down, now we are up. I'm going to mark the 1 inch on that side. That side I'm going to mark 1 inch. Then the other side I'm going to mark 1/2 inch. But because I want this top to be on my body, I'm putting in quarter of an inch, like that, and I'm going to connect them to my bust line, like that. Hope you guys are understanding me. Please, if you don't, just follow my hand. Then from that point, I'm going to make a curve. Please, if you have a curved ruler, do use it. If you have, use your curved rulers. If you don't, improvise like the way I've done. So like that. Now I'm going to put in my measurement. I'm putting in my measurement. Then I've measured what I have there. It was 2 inches. I have to put it back. Then I also put in the allowance. Hope you know that. And if at all you have the under bust, put it in. But me, I didn't have it, so I just went straight to the waistline. Still, you see, I've measured the space of a dart. It was 2 inches. I have to put them back. Then down, I've considered my hip measurement. plus the sewing allowance. Then I'm going to connect those lines together. Like that. But make sure it's not sharp, because our body is not sharp. You put in some curves. Then when I go up, I'm going to go in by 2.5 of an inch. Then down I'm going to come in by 1/2 an inch, because I didn't want my top to be too straight up there, so I'm putting in some curve. Then I'm going to come in by 1/2 an inch. There it depends how wide you want your shape to be down, but if at all me I didn't want it to be too deep, that's why I used 1/2 an inch. Now I'm connecting it. Please, if you have a curved ruler, do use it. It's because me I didn't have it, I'm using my free hand, but if at all you have it, use it. So guys, that's all for the front part. Yeah, that's all for the front part. It's really very easy to make, and I hope you have tried to be very detailed and simple. If at all you didn't understand, just follow what my hands are doing. Yeah, so we are cutting it out. Then from there, please be careful when I'm cutting that side from on that you cut it like that. Like that. So that's our front part. That's all for the front part. Very easy. Now the back part, there is 2 inches of a sewing zip allowance. Then even our shoulder line, but from our shoulder line, it's where I've marked my chest line. Now it's now acting as our chest line. Then the bust line, the under bust, the waist, and the height, as we did the same measurements that we did on the front part. Yeah, the chest line was 8, then the bust line is 10.5, the under bust is 13.5, the waistline is 16.5, and the height of it is 23. Yeah, it's the same measurements that I've put on my back part. As you can see, I'm labeling my lines: the chest line, the bust line, the under bust, and the height. So I'm going to put in my dart. My dart, remember I told you, is 4.5. My nipple to nipple is 8. Divided by 2, you get 4 plus the 1/2 an inch of a sewing allowance. Back part is very simple, very simple to make. So like that, still I'm coming in and out 1/2 an inch, 1/2 an inch. like that. But when I go up at the top of my top, I'm going to go in by, like, I'm going to come out by half an inch on both sides, because I don't want my upper part of the top to be too sharp. That's why I've put in that. Then I'm going to put in my measurement. Remember to place back the dart measurements. You have to place them back. Then we're going to join all those lines together, and that's all for the back part. Like that. Then still, what I did on my front part, I'm going to come in by 2.5, then 1/4 of an inch, like that. And still, when I go the other side, I'm going to go in by half, like 1 inch, not half, it's 1 inch. But still, if you want it to be deeper, you can even make it 2, 3, anything that you want. And then I'm going to connect those points together. It depends how wide you want your top to be, how deep you want your top to be. So that's all for the back part. We're going to cut it out. Hope you guys, you found this helpful and you've learned something out of it. And I believe by the end of this, now you can draft your own bustier top like this. It's very simple. So in my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to sew this bustier top. You can see how simple it is. Yeah, so that's our back part. That's our final results, the back part and the front part. That's how they look like. So I'm going to go and trace out with my fabric. And that's what I have now after tracing out. You see, the front part is on fold. You see, it's on fold. Then the back part. Yeah. So in my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to sew a bustier